Plus, she's heating up the Broadway stage in Jekyll and Hyde. Linda Eder sings for us.
This lady next to Kathy Lee said, "You smell like barbecue." I said, "Well, of course I smell like barbecue. You don't smell so great yourself." Funny.
But you know when you're standing there in front of the...
yeah, that smoke comes up.
Sorry about that.
All right.
I hate to offend.
Hey, get ready for this this young lady. She is a star being born on on Broadway every night. Sensational new album out, currently starring on Broadway, of course, in Jekyll and Hyde. And here's Linda Eder as she performs "No One Knows Who I Am" right at the beginning of this great show. From Jekyll and Hyde, Linda Eder.
Look at me and tell me who I am, why I am what I am. Call me a fool and it's true. I don't know who I am. It's such a shame. I'm such a sham. No one knows who I am. Am I the face of the future? Am I the face of the past? Am I the one who must finish last? Look at me and tell me who I am, why I am what I am. Will I survive? Will give a damn if no one knows who I am? Nobody knows, not even you. No one knows who
That was beautiful. Isn't that something? We'll be right back in a moment.
Oh, I want to hear more.
Told you she was
Play
great.
that, that's easier.
Yeah, the night I was there at Jekyll and Hyde, and the audience just kind of rose up after your first song, and right away I said, "Wow, this is really extraordinary to see, you know. Big star written all over you."
And all the comparisons to Streisand and Garland, are they overwhelming to you at times, Linda? Do you feel like you have to live up to something that's just
Well,
too
actually,
big?
this piece has been kicking around so long, and if it had come in a few years earlier, that wouldn't have mattered. But because so much was talked about then, I felt like I had this huge hype thing that I had to live up to, and that made me really nervous.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
And now you started Jekyll and Hyde in Houston, Texas, in the early 90s?
Yeah, I met the composer of it, Mr. Wildhorn, in 1987 when he was just starting to stage the piece. So I've been with it since then.
Mr. Wildhorn?
Mr. Wildhorn, you're engaged to Mr.
He's
Wildhorn.
engaged to Mr. Wildhorn.
You are engaged to become Mrs. Wildhorn.
When we know how the chronology of the show, but when did love bloom for the two of you?
Well, we actually met when he was, I had just finished doing Star Search. The run of it, I hadn't done the finals yet. when I went down to Florida, where he was doing a rock album, and we met and we sang through everything he wrote from 3 o'clock in the afternoon until 3 o'clock at night, and it didn't take long before he was chasing me around the studio. So a couple of weeks, I'd say.
But that voice, I must have that voice.
Mr. Wildhorn became wild. But anyway.
I was running pretty fast. But,
So you've known him for a while, and what is your background? Where are you from? Minnesota, was it?
I'm from Brainerd.
Brainerd. Well, Brainerd was
Oh, yeah.
the town where the Fargo murders.
Oh, sure, don't you know? Yeah. It's funny, too, because on tour, we did a year tour of Jekyll and Hyde before we came in, and the movie came out, and everyone kept saying, do they really talk like that in Brainerd, Linda? I said, of course not, of course not. I went back to do a concert, and everywhere I went, everyone talked
Just like that.
I'd forgotten.
You'd forgotten.
But then it wasn't until you heard Streisand in your teens that you knew what same as you. You
Same
heard
thing.
same thing here.
Yeah.
She's influenced God knows how
Everybody.
many people. I actually liked classical music until I was about 16. I fell in love with Eileen Farrell's voice at the age of 10. And still, to this day, I love classical music. But I'm probably making more money because I didn't go that route.
For sure, absolutely.
But I heard Streisand and I thought, that's kind of interesting. I like this style of music. And now I have many influences, but those are my first two big influences.
But it's your father who kind of motivates you, huh?
Yeah, you know, someone asked me that. Yeah, there you go. Someone asked me what motivates me, and it was a very comfortable, relaxing interview. And for the first time, I realized it's really my dad. You know, we all have things deep down underneath all the things we say, but it is my dad. I've always gotten a great sense of satisfaction out of doing anything that would make him proud of me, whether it was track or painting a picture. And it's that feeling that I got.
He must
you
be
want him to
terribly
be-
proud, huh?
I think so.
There's a song that our friend David Friedman has written that you should hear because he wrote it about my daddy, but it's for any daddy. And when Ice was singing when I was a little kid, and I stopped and I said, "Where's the music, Daddy?"
Right.
And he said, "Oh, honey, you've got to learn to make your own music." And it's a gorgeous song.
Got a goosebump.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to have to get that to
He's
you.
great. I've met him. And
David's excellent.
Yeah, he's
Are you having a good time here in New York?
I am. It's kind of busy right now, trying to promote my new album and the show at the same time.
And
It's
get a little
been
sleep
a little
in
bit
between.
overload. Yeah. In fact, we were talking about bed sheets in the other room because we were thinking about our beds because we don't get to spend a lot of time there.
I know
Yeah.
that.
It's a little crazy.
The show is really demanding, and here is the new CD right here. And as I understand it, Jekyll and Hyde finally came out with a CD. So now you're on both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good for
good
you.
for you.
Golly, well, you've worked hard and you've earned it. You've earned it.
Now,
That's
what
a-
happens to you now? You know, you got that big Broadway credit, which is really all you really need now to, you know.
Well, you're with the show now for a year. You're
Yeah. This is actually, I've done a few albums before this, but this is my first album on Atlantic, so I really consider this my first album. They've really done it right. I'm most proud of this first album. So to have it in conjunction with Jekyll and Hyde, which was always, for me, we knew a good stepping stone into any other thing that I might like to do. And it's just taken so long. It's been such a fight to get here that to finally have made it, it's almost overwhelming. In fact, I broke down and cried at the curtain call. I didn't think I was going to on opening night. I felt fine. I walked out, turned the corner, looked at the audience, and I lost it. And it's just because it's taken so long, and it really has been a fight. But what they always say, you know, the journey is everything.
And that's what makes the end so
it's
sweet,
really
too,
true.
though.
Sure, and what a journey it's been, huh?
And now Frank has also done the music for the Scarlet Pimpernel, right? Which our
The marquee
friend,
just went up.
Yeah, you know, our friend Pierre Cossette is producing that, and so that'll be this fall.
Yes, that starts. They're auditioning now, and that'll start.
You won't be able to
in
do
fall.
that one.
Well, I never really intended to. I love the story of the Scarlet Pimpernel. I love romantic stories, and I love obviously the music. But that role is very similar in size to this one, and this one has taken so many years of my life that the next one that I'll do is called Svengali, which is another piece that Frank wrote. We've done 2 workshop productions of it.
Wow, this
and
guy
I'm
is
real excited. Well, he's so prolific. He loves to write. He writes all day long sometimes, and he can't find enough writers and people to keep up with him to go with the
Isn't that
music.
great?
Isn't that terrific? Well, we wish you the very best.
Well,
It
he's
really-
met his match, Missy.
Yes, that's right. Remember the name, Linda Eder. Giant star. Yes. Hey,
Barbara's very nervous. Idea.
we'll be right back.
If you'd like to be a member of our live studio audience, please send a postcard to Live Tickets, Ansonia Station, Post Office Box 777, New York, New York 10023. Please include your name, address, and phone number, and the number of tickets you're requesting, which cannot exceed 4. Remember, postcard requests only, please. Live will return in a moment.